The turning point at the Battle of Gettysburg took place on a hill called Little Round Top. The Union forces were out of ammo. If the Confederates broke their lines, they had a clear path all the way to Washington. A schoolteacher from Maine named Joshua Chamberlain looked his men in the eye and told them to fix bayonets and charge. They did. The enemy broke and ran. I'm gripped by that story. I would love to live with that kind of courage. When I think about all that's required of men my age, finding a career, moving to new places, pursuing the girl, it all comes down to courage.
A frightening rope, huh?
The fray is just the webbing on the outside, keeping it.
Of course it is.
We got you. That feeling's coming.
Trevor, you can do this, buddy.
Au revoir.
Enjoy yourself. So fun.
We're not pretending that the stuff we're doing out here is anything like what Chamberlain did, but here's the deal. If you want to live with courage, you have to start somewhere. Think about it. How is courage formed in us? Isn't it by facing our fears? I think fear is what pins most men down. I know it does for me.
Nice, Luke.
It keeps us from chasing our dreams or committing to a relationship.
Woo!
It even keeps us from believing in God in a way where we totally commit.
So, a few years ago when I was working for summer in Costa Rica, a friend and I decided that we were gonna travel up to Nicaragua to visit some friends of ours. And we jumped down to the central train station only to find that the buses were all full. We couldn't get a ride up, except if we took this other line, kind of the notoriously lower key chicken bus route up. And it ended up being almost 16 hours of buses and borders, and the entire ride felt kind of like flying by the seat of your pants, almost on the edge of things unraveling, but it kept working. But those bus rides and transfers were terrifying.
So I remember this time that me and Blaine were on a road trip and we found ourselves in Montana with a couple of canoes on our roof and some time to kill. So we took canoe and we were driving next to a river on the road. So we just found a pulled in, and just figured we'd do a couple sections of this river in a canoe and hitchhike back to our car. So we're not bringing a ton of gear, and we start going down this river. And it's pretty nice, it's pretty wide, pretty good river, and all of a sudden the grade just drops off and we start speeding up. And
Do you remember that log jam where like we pulled up and the river was just gone and there was just all these fallen trees?
there was one part of the river where we come around a bend and we just see a kayak that has been split in half, just laying on the side.
I know, it looked like it was on display.
So getting out of that section of river was definitely terrifying. And
I think this is why men love adventure so much, because it requires courage from us in a healthy dose. As we step up, we find even more courage for next time.
Wasn't that awesome, Luke?
it was awesome.
I actually found it kind of more fun when you're free falling, because you're just sort of like,
If you want to live with courage, you have to start living with courage.
Nice.